Welcome to the Kool, the Kareem Matthews podcast. I'm Kareem Matthews, and I'm here with my dude, my Ramley point guard extraordinaire, Mr. Rodney Lusian. What up, my dude?
And
Yeah.
UCSD alum, baby.
Ah,
Let's go.
he got the Triton shirt and the Triton hat on. Yeah, I mean, clearly y'all know what this episode is gonna be about. UCSD.
Hold on, I got some.
Ah, is that the fight song? You're killing me right now. That's UCSD fight song?
Yes, sir.
No way.
Ain't
That's
heard,
UCSD's fight song?
yeah, ain't heard that in 30 years.
You're killing me right now. Nah, man, that's
And
it.
it ain't changed. I guess that's how colleges work. Like, how often do you change the fight song?
No,
But
you
they,
don't. And it sounds
right.
like SC's.
Yeah, it
You know what I'm
do.
saying? That's why I was asking, like, wait, that's ours?
Yes, sir.
Nah, I
And
mean, see,
they was at the conference tournament.
the band?
Yeah.
Oh, is that
And
right?
they played it after UCSD won. I was like, "Oh my gosh,
That's
that's
so good. Nah, go ahead. Oh, my bad.
nah." I mean, that was the sum of it. Like, dude, I ain't heard that song play in so long, and to hear it on ESPN as these dudes is about to cut down the nets was just like, "All right, man, y'all,
Unbelievable.
y'all killing me."
Nah, I recorded it. You know what I'm saying? I actually still haven't even went back and watched it back. You know what I'm saying? Because I actually had a gig that night. So I was watching it on my phone. You know what I'm saying? So I haven't even got a chance to get all in it like that. But I definitely am going to do that. You know what I mean? Because I mean, it's unbelievable. Like, I mean, just some backstory. Like, that's where we met. You know what I'm saying? We met at UCSD. Like that, I call you the point guard extraordinaire. It's from that, you know what I'm saying, which is 35 years ago, you know what I'm saying, where at that time this was a dream. Like this was what brought players to there was that one day this could actually be possible. You know what I'm saying? And it's crazy because it took 35 years and we waited through it. It's like it's very comparable to the Rams coming back.
Ah.
But the Rams coming back was only 20 years. You know what I'm saying? That was only 20 years, and that seemed like a long ass time. This has been damn near 35 years. You know
Right.
what I'm saying? That's crazy to be able to have those kind of like experiences in your life. Like usually 20, 30 years, it's a wrap. Like nothing bounces back from that long. You know what I mean? Like usually if you waiting for that long for something, it's not coming.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like to wait that long for something and have it actually come to fruition. Like the night of the game, I was telling my friends, I was like, yo, these kids are playing with generations of UCSD hoopers riding on their every move, and they don't even know. I mean, I'm sure they get some of the levity because they knew they was playing for the first NCAA berth, but I don't think they knew how deep that ran. You know what I'm saying? Like literally generations, like literally their parents, people their parents' age, or people that went to high school with their parents are rooting for this on a you know what I'm saying? On a level like,
Yeah, and I think because they got, they coach has been there for a minute. Like he brought them from D2 to D1.
mm.
Like two of the assistant coaches played there.
Did he bring
Um,
some dudes with him? Oh no, no. He didn't?
nah, well,
No.
I mean, from where?
Oh no, no.
I
He
mean,
said he
like,
been there for a minute. They would have been gone even if he had brought them. But yeah,
yeah,
no. Go.
UCSD was like his first real coaching job. They spoke
Mm.
on that during the game. Like they said, he played somewhere back east or down south somewhere. It was either D1 or D2, low D1 or D2. And it was like as soon as his days wrapped up, I guess Bill Carr is the dude that Khalil knows. Like he was on Bob Holland staff, whoever the UCLA coach was. Bob
Oh,
Holland, the
Ben.
dude that Ben Holland, yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I guess Carr was on his staff.
Mm,
And Lil with all his UCLA connections, new dude. So Lil was super excited when Carr got the job at
mm,
UCSD, and Carr brought this dude Eric Olin on staff with him, and kept him there for 3-4 years, and then eventually he became like damn near the interim coach for a year and killed,
mm.
and then they made him permanent.
Right.
But that was all at the D2 level. Then he slowly built them to killing at the D2 level. And
Mm.
then, they became D1. So I don't know, because I feel like even when we was there, like, I feel like we had coaches who had played at UCSD. I feel like either Almond or Shawcroft didn't. He played at San Diego State, but I feel like Almond had played. So I don't know. There was some built-in UCSD love even when we was there, but we wasn't checking for none of that. Like you a college kid, it's something about the way you hardwired. You ain't gonna be too much into
Right.
that history stuff.
Nah, right. Not as deep as we are, but we did know about the players that came before us and how, they had never made the tournament. You know what I'm saying? We knew us getting to the tournament was like, you know what I'm saying, the first time. And we knew the dudes that played before us and how they felt about it. You know what I'm saying? And it's crazy because a lot of that is being re-brought up now. Like Coach Healy commented on my post. You know what
Uh-huh.
I'm saying? And was saying how you older Tritons should be proud. Like y'all helped lay the foundation for this. You know what I'm saying? And I mean, that's exactly how I felt. I was like, man, yeah, exactly, coach. I was like, you played a part too, though. You know what I mean? Because that's the thing. A big brick, a small brick, one brick, 1,000 bricks. We all help lay bricks.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? To build this to where it's where it is now. And again, it took 30 something years, yo. Like, that's some persistent building right there. You know what I mean? Like, I mean, you can easily give up at any point on that journey and nobody's gonna be mad.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like to complete that journey.
Yeah. I think the only thing that kind of with me resonates is we all felt like we knew it was gonna get here. Like we knew when we got there, like, dude, this is a giant. Like it's a
Right,
sleeping giant, but
right.
this was a giant, and you could tell at some point
It
everybody
go,
else was gonna figure out, like, dude, this school
this
is
is like UCLA,
right, right. And so
or
you know,
could be.
it always felt bigger than it was, especially when we was there. Cats would complain. Like other schools we was playing would be like, dude, y'all a grown ass university,
Right.
UC
Nah.
system.
Right.
Like,
Name,
right,
city,
right,
everything you needed. You know what I'm saying?
right, right. Was recruiting players from
LA,
Palisades, Crenshaw, Sarah,
Inglewood.
Inglewood, Crossroads. Like, they was getting players out of like these dope ass LA high schools. And other
Nah.
schools was looking at them like, dude, like,
What are y'all doing? We never recruit there.
right, right. So,
Nah, it was always an untapped mind. You know what I'm saying? And I mean, again, 35 years. I mean, to me, that's a long time. I don't know the history of all other schools that make this move. You know what I'm saying? But, you know, and it's crazy because during the game, one of the announcers was like, they just moved to D2 in 2000. And I was like, yo, it's a way history before that. You know what I'm saying?
right.
And that's when I was saying,
And
like,
that's
the
a
dude,
long time. That's
That's
25 years ago.
25 years. Nah, that's what I was saying. I was like, man, that's 25 years. I was like, and we look at that like, please. You know what I'm saying? You talking about the salad days.
Right.
Like we go back before that. You know what I'm saying? And that's what
Right.
I'm saying. They got the dudes from 2000 to 2025 riding on it. Like, man, like, you know what I'm saying? We can't believe y'all doing this. So imagine from the 90s and the 80s. You know what I mean? Because we got there in the early 90s
Right.
and it hadn't just started.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? We wasn't like the first year, like and that's what I'm saying. It was dudes before us that would always get mentioned that we would look at like, okay, you know, they set the standard for where we are now.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So now we trying to take it to that next level, which we did. You know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? And then squads and you know units just came along and kept moving it to where it is now. You know what I'm saying? And
Right.
it's crazy because so many people like reached out about it. You know what I mean? Like so many people. Like, I mean, you name somebody and they reached out about it. You know, like
Right.
it was cool for that aspect too. Everybody, you know, came together. And it was funny because it was it was two dudes I knew from junior high. You know what I'm saying? Both we all went to Paul Revere. And they both commented, and one of them was like, "Man, I ain't seen you since Paul Revere." Like they basically reconnected from junior high. You know what I'm saying? Over this shit from two different places. Like I know that, you know, well, actually, I know them both from Paul Revere,
Mm-hmm.
but we ended up on Facebook from two different. You know what I mean? After that, we all went our separate ways. But yeah, it's just crazy because it resonated with so many different people on so many different levels. You know what I mean? Like
Right.
another dude I played with on K&E hit me up, well, was responding to the post and was saying how one of his friends' son is like the leading scorer.
Oh, Rosalind? No, well the leading scorer is from New Zealand.
Oh, that's right.
Hey,
The
Aniwa Niwa.
right. Well, that's what he said. You know what I'm saying? Again, I can't
But
fact
what?
check,
But I
but
believe his
yeah.
last name was Rosalind. He the kind of athletic dude on the squad. Had a dunk in the championship game, dunked on their footer.
Mm,
But his dad played at UCLA with Reggie Miller, and he used to
okay.
always come up to the Crossroads run. And
Okay, yeah, I remember you.
he used to bring, I think, dude on the team name is Justin Roshlin. His pops was Charles Roshlin.
Mm,
Pops is nice, like 6'8", 6'9". Nice
mm,
touch. Like you could completely understand him playing at UCLA, and being nice there. Like, you know, played overseas and did all that. But anyway, his son is on the squad, and so I don't know who your boy was talking about, but a couple of cats in the crossroads circles had hit me up like, yeah, Charles used to bring that kid up to the gym during the runs.
mm,
And now he dunking on 7-footers to get UCSD to the chip.
right. Nah. Yeah, see, he said they're having a great season. My buddy's son, I believe, is leading them in scoring. He didn't say who though. He's like an impressive squad. But
Right.
nah, it's unbelievable, man. Like that's all I keep saying is it's unbelievable. And the game haven't even been played yet. Like I can't even imagine what level it will go to, like if they actually won. You know what I'm saying? Like the only thing I can continue to relate it to is when State made their run. You know what I'm saying? And it was just because we knew them from San Diego. It wasn't like we played at, you know what I mean, there or nothing like that. It was just like, wow, San Diego basketball making this run. It was that feeling. And it was electric. You know what I'm saying? Like people was going to the games, no matter where it was. You know what I mean? We were seeing posts of people at the games, like UCSD people. You know
Right.
what I mean?
Right.
So it was an electric environment, and it was just because they were from San Diego. It's not because we went or played there.
Mm-hmm.
So I can just imagine what it would actually feel like if that was truly the case, where, you know what I mean? Okay, we got real skin in the game. You know what I mean?
Right.
So yeah, it's been amazing, and they haven't even played yet, and I can't even, like, I couldn't even imagine how good this would have felt. You know what I'm saying? Like, if I had tried to imagine how good this would have felt, this would have eclipsed it. You know what I'm saying? So I can't even, my mind can't even go to how that would feel. I don't know what I would do Thursday night after they won a game. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Right.
because when I woke up Saturday morning and realized that they played for the bid that night, like, remember I text you, I was like, wait a minute, Henderson, where is that? And he was like, that's Vegas. I was like, I was seriously willing to try to go to that game.
Right. Now, when you said it, I that's when I first started to think like, yeah, what would a drive to Vegas entail right now?
Right. And I thought about it. I was like, 6 hours, we would have to leave by noon.
Mm,
So I think the game was at 6:30, right? Well, it
right.
ended up probably not tipping till 6:40.
Right.
But like in the morning when I was up at like 7 a.m., I was like, we would have to leave by noon to get there by 6. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And then once noon came, I was like, all right, it's not gonna happen. But I seriously, like, if you had been like, you want to try to roll, I would have been like, hell yeah. You know what I'm saying? So again, I don't know if they win Thursday night, like, it's man. And then
Right.
if somehow they get through the weekend,
Yeah.
oh my God, like next week, because again, that I think didn't State get through 2 weekends, right?
State made it to the chip.
Mm,
They was
mm,
playing on
okay.
Monday night. They played
Uh,
on
that's right. He said,
they had 3 weekends worth
uh,
of
that's the
football.
maximum.
Yeah.
If
Yeah.
you lose in the chip, it's nothing else anyway. It's
Right.
no other weekend.
Right.
You just
Right.
don't get the trophy.
Exactly. They
But you get
maxed they trip
everything
out.
else. Right. Damn. Yeah, nah. That was a magical run. You know what
It
I'm
was.
saying? That was a magical run. Like, for the city. Like, and that's what we've done is already not on that level, but already like magical. You know what I'm saying? It's already been a magical run. I mean, and the girls too.
Right.
The girls made it in their first year of eligibility. Like, that's, I don't know if that's, I don't know. I think they said it's never been done.
Right. For the men and women to both
Right,
make it in their first year eligibility.
right. That's, you know what I'm saying? Because it's almost impossible to make it in your first year of eligibility.
Right.
Like, usually you're not that good. Like, usually you know what I'm saying? You just are getting up there. You know what I mean? So I mean, yeah, I don't know what the stats are on that, but I would say the majority of teams in their first year, they don't make it. I mean, you know how many teams that's been around for hundreds of years didn't make it this year?
Right.
Like, legit squads that you think, oh, they in it every year. Like,
Right.
me, dudes are mad that North Carolina is in it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So these spots ain't just like, oh, everyone gets a spot. You know what I
Right.
mean?
Nah. Like Ohio State, like some of them dudes from state that year are still playing. Like Kentucky got a dude,
What?
the dude who hit the three in the Final Four, the dude who hit the buzzer beater.
Uh,
Malcolm Butler hit a buzzer beater to beat Florida Atlantic in the Final Four and send
he's
them to
still.
the chip. He played at Kentucky this year. And he low key hurt. Like Jay Billis was giving him all kind of shouts out yesterday. Like, Kentucky's beat up right now. I don't know if Malcolm Butler is gonna play. If they don't have Malcolm Butler, then they really can't defend on the perimeter. And then one of the other dudes who played and was in their rotation, he's at Ohio State this year. And Ohio State didn't make the tournament. Like they was one of the squads that kind of was penciled in all year and then get down to the end, and it's like, all right, y'all go NIT.
Okay, Ohio State's not in.
Right. So, nah, what UCSD has done, man, it's crazy. Um, it would be crazy even if we wasn't affiliated. Like the fact that we affiliated is just making it.
Icing on the cake.
Yeah, yeah.
Nah, because the dude said during the game, he said, this is the best story going in college sports right now.
Mm,
That's what he said. And again, that ain't got nothing to do with us. He don't know us.
right.
You know what I'm saying? This again, the odds of a team in their first year making it is very, very low. You know what I'm saying? And then for it to be men and women's. But it's
Right.
crazy though, because it's not like a fluky thing. You know what I'm saying? Like when you look at the numbers, the Ken Palm rankings and all that shit they put out,
The net.
right? And I think we ranked high in offense and defense, but I think they were saying something about how this is in the history of that system, this the highest a Big West team has ever been ranked in it.
I heard that. Yeah.
Like, not only for this year are we good, but historically for this conference, they don't rate teams like this high usually.
Right.
Ever.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So
Right.
it's like, that's another part. Like, it's a magical season, but it's not like a magical season based on like they hit a buzzer beater in the championship game to get in, and here we are. We 15-21.
Which is kind of what because the women are in a playing game. Like they the 16th
Mm,
seed. They
mm,
got to play in on tomorrow. Actually, on Wednesday, they got a playing game. I think against an HBCU.
mm.
But if they win that, they get UCLA, which is the number one seed
In the
overall in the
whole
tournament.
thing. Right. So
So,
basically, these two teams are the lowest two women's teams in.
right.
We giving y'all to each other and then to UCLA. You know what I'm saying? Good luck.
Right. But, with the men, and that's the thing, like, low key, they probably could have made the tournament last year. Like, I think they finished second in the Big West last year, but because of that whole transition thing, they weren't allowed to play in the Big Ten or the Big West tournament.
Right. They wouldn't even let them go to their tournament,
Right.
let alone the big one. Y'all
Right.
can't even come to this.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? That was whack.
And other conferences do that. Like it was one or two other conferences that let teams that wasn't eligible go to their conference tournament. And one conference, the team that was ineligible actually won it.
Won it. Right.
And they had to send the team that lost. And this
And
year,
instead, was that like Monmouth?
somebody
Or
like that. It wasn't Monmouth. Monmouth might have went.
or Merrimack. Merrimack.
Okay, yeah, that sound
I
right.
think it was Merrimack that won it and couldn't go. You know what
Right.
I'm saying? Because that year I was betting them all year. Because it was either they offense or they deep, but they had a real consistent either under or over. I think it might have been they under, but whatever it was for the season, they hit it almost every game. You know what I'm saying? But it was regarding a total. So it was them because I just remember always making sure I knew when they played. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? And then I was like, damn, they in their conference tournament. And then after they won, they was like, yeah, they won, but they can't go. And I was like, wow.
Right.
And so that's how we could have been last year.
And this year it was it was a conference that had St. John's or what do they call? St. Thomas from Minnesota, who used to be
Mm,
D3 too.
right. Nah,
But
I remember them.
they made the jump. They skipped over D2. They went from D3 to D1, which is
They got
crazy.
right.
And
Damn.
and they've been like super competitive. Like they made the championship game of a conference tournament this year.
Mm,
And before the game, the team they were playing was like, all right, well, we already know we go into the tournament. So they was almost like, do we play? Do we sit? Like, do we rest? St. Thomas
mm.
is obviously gonna go hard because this is
This is
this
their
is it for
championship.
them. Right. Like they can get this conference championship and that's gonna be it. And the squad ended up blowing St. Thomas anyway, but I don't know. The whole point is like I don't get these transition rules. Like I
If
don't.
we up, just let them be in it. You know what I'm
Right,
saying? Once you let them
right,
up in that division, then they eligible. Why we got, you know what I'm saying? Those are such archaic rules.
right,
Dudes is getting paid now.
right.
You know what I'm saying? Because I didn't one of the UCSD dudes leave because he said he wanted to be able to play in the tournament.
Probably. I know one dude left to go to Loyola of Chicago who didn't make it,
Right.
and
No,
he
because
would be.
not this year.
Oh, okay. That's dude who left and went to Washington State, a little guard.
Okay. Yeah, yeah. No, not this year, because this year they
All right,
can go.
right.
But I think it was when they were still good, but not eligible.
Right, but I mean, this year they could go, but it wasn't likely to go. Like if you was like dead set on I want to play in the tournament, yeah, UCSD, y'all can make the tournament this year, but what's the chances that y'all actually are versus me going to some other school that makes the tournament all the time?
Yeah, but if you
That was
looked
his
at it,
roll of the dice.
didn't we finish pretty high in the conference last year?
Yeah, they did.
I mean, I feel like it was. I mean, not for sure, but I feel like it was pretty good odds that we was going to be very competitive in conference this year.
Right.
And that's the thing; it's an automatic bid.
And I think that's what old boy who left this year was chasing. He was like, "Well, I'm going to somewhere where they actually get at large bursts. So even if they
Mm,
don't win a conference,
mm,
like we'll have to stack all our chips on winning the conference. Like
mm.
UCSD, Big West, y'all
You
chips is
all, y'all are one big conference,
right. Even though they make it seem like UCSD might have got some love,
right? Because during that game, it was like the Big West is trying to be a too big conference. And the only way that would have happened is Irvine had won because they wasn't getting in as an at large. It was only us that could have possibly done that. You know what I'm saying?
right? And they were still the fifth team out. Like
Irvine,
they list the first four who didn't
they
make
was
it, and Irvine was fifth. So Irvine's like, we
uh,
wasn't far out.
right. So
And
then we probably would have got in.
yeah, but was the last team in.
Wait, say that again.
North Carolina was the last team in.
Oh, I know. That's
So it
crazy.
would have, I mean, in that scenario, it's like North Carolina or UCSD. Like,
Right. Nah, they probably would have given it to them.
right.
Nah, no doubt about it. I'm glad we handled our business the way that we did. You know what I'm saying? Because we going in on the right note. And that's the other thing is like how we were saying it's not just a 3-pointer in the conference tournament type thing. The other aspect about it is we play a very unorthodox style. You know what I'm saying? Like I think in a one game scenario, the style of play that we play, you know what I'm saying, is not easy to just get accustomed to. Cause like that leading scorer dude, like he's a big dude, right?
Yeah, 6'7". He the power forward, basically.
Right, 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 right. But handles the ball.
Right.
Like that's who do you put on him?
Right. Nah,
And then
and Michigan
Michigan
got
play
two. They got
two
two
foot
cool bigs.
two 7-footers.
Right.
They play with two 7-footers. I mean, does that work against a 6'7" power forward? That means one of y'all always gonna have to be on him.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
And he don't shoot jumpers. Aniwa Tank Jones, like
He
he don't.
attacks.
Right.
He's an attacker of the rim.
Right. And in the first half, at least against Irvine, it was like, all right, I don't know if this gonna work. Like the 7-footer was just sagging. And Aniwa wasn't even taking like free throw line jumpers. And it's like, dude, he giving you a free throw. Like, you don't even want that.
Right. He's like, no, I want layup. Layup only, first half.
And then second half, he just came out and started attacking. Like he was playing. I don't. He wasn't as decisive first half. Like he was just kind of settling in that 15-foot range, but not shooting. trying to create, pass, do whatever, was low key turning it over. But then, yeah, second half, he was just like, man, forget it.
I'm gonna get in this range, but it's to attack the rim.
Right.
Nah, it's gonna be, you know what I'm saying? It's gonna be an interesting that's and again, very similar to when we played there. It's it's a style of play that squads don't see every week. You know what I'm saying? Like it's like, it take a minute to get adjusted to that style of play. So, we jump out on them, and that's the other thing. Like they turn the ball over a lot, and we don't.
Right.
Like that's another part of the game that I feel like
And
is
we forced a lot of turnovers. That was the part that they were saying. Like, I think that's
mm,
literally the historic double up that they was
mm,
talking about. Like, we forced.
mm,
I mean, dude, he set the all time. I mean, he set the all time single season steals record, broke my record. That has stood
So
for
he
like,
broke it.
oh yeah, yeah, yeah. I mean, he didn't super smash it. He probably ended up beating it by 10 to 15 steals. Um, and more games, but whatever. But
Right.
he's a legit defender. He legit steals the ball. And I
Mm,
mean, he's in the running for National Defensive Player of the Year.
mm.
But the
Okay.
whole and it's one of the other players. If it's not Roshlin, it's Howe. Like one of them other two is also like top 10 in the country in steals.
Mm.
And so obviously we the only team that got two people in the
Okay.
top 10 in steals.
Right.
And just as a squad, we force a whole lot of turnovers.
Mm.
We don't turn it over.
That's a great combination, especially for the tournament. You know what I'm saying? And the fact that Michigan does turn it over, like I'm telling you, the formula for the upset is there. It's not just like, oh, we want them to win. Like, because again, I was saying, like, I'm a fan. I'm gonna be fanatic in this scenario, no question about it. But I feel like I also can be objective, like where if we was playing a team where they were clearly better than us, I would still be rooting, but I'll be like, this gonna be a tough matchup. And I mean, not that I'm not saying Michigan is gonna be a tough matchup. It is, but against Michigan, I see paths for us to win. I can see a scenario where I would say I don't see many paths for us winning this game. I'm gonna still root, but it's gonna take something out of the hat for us to pull this one out. I don't feel like the Michigan game is like that, and Vegas doesn't feel that way either. You know what I'm saying? Because that's the other part. Like the line is only Michigan minus 2.5. I'm thinking I'm gonna get rich off of betting UCSD. I'm thinking I'm gonna get 15, 20. You know what I mean?
It's gonna be like
I
a
saw
Buster Douglas shot.
right. You know what I mean? Where you put something on that, you set. I'm like, wait a minute, 2.5. I think that's like the lowest 512 line. You know what I'm saying? Like all the other 12s are getting like 8, 7, 5. You know what I mean?
Right. Nah, it's hard to be lower than 2.5.
Right. That's a pick 'em.
Right. Especially in a 5-12 game. Like maybe an 8-9 game or a 7-10, you could see it, but 5-12.
Right. And when you
Um,
only
I think it's everything you said. Like it's numbers on our side. It's things that Michigan does that, doesn't suit well for the tournament. But then I think it's also like they gave them a Thursday game. The game is on Thursday, like Thursday night at 7 p.m., which I don't know. I was low key hoping it was during the day for whatever reason. I don't know. The most tournament moments to me are just that Thursday and Friday where you either stayed home or you at work still watching the tournament and everybody's coming in and checking and seeing what's the upsets and whatever. And I was just like, dude, if UCSD could be in one of them moments, that would be so cool. But then I wouldn't really get to plug in and watch it and, just kind of zone everybody else out like I'm going to be able to do on Thursday night. But, Michigan played the very last game a championship week. Like they were still playing Sunday at 3. You know, they had difficult games. I think they had at least 3 games in a row, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Um, and then they got to turn around and play on Thursday. Like Michigan's like, y'all could have gave us a Friday game. Like if y'all was
Friday
really,
night.
yeah, because, you know, during the week, they was just talking about how conferences conferences are going to start saying we're not going to hold our championship games on Sundays no more. Like,
It's only like 2 left, right?
no, it was like 4, like the Ivy League, SEC, Big Ten, American Conference, like Memphis and UAB. It's at
Okay.
least 4 who still
Mm.
hold their chips on Sunday,
Yeah, that's stupid.
which gives them, you know, it gives them more. It gives them more of the stage. Like they get more alone time. They get more of that single game opportunity.
But don't you think by that time the brackets, they already got the brackets filled out? You know what I'm saying? If y'all playing 30 minutes before they announce the brackets, you know they pretty much like, look, y'all, it's one open slot left on
Right.
here. One of y'all is going in there. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? So I don't even know if that helps. You know what I mean? Like they're not gonna change much at that stage.
That's what they've been saying. They've been saying like teams that handle their business and have great wins on Sunday don't really get the bump that they be expecting.
Right. Nah, because
And
they can't. It's not enough time. Y'all need to do that on Saturday minimum.
right.
At
I
least
mean,
give us overnight to, you know what I mean?
they be making contingency brackets, but at the end of
But
the
I think the
day,
contingency it was one spot left. We got 67 squares filled in.
right,
One of y'all is going in this other square, not 2 of y'all. You know
right,
what I'm saying? Unless it's 2 of y'all. But you're not changing our mind pretty much. Like if it's both of y'all going in and one of y'all here, one of y'all here, but you know what I mean? But I don't think it's too much like if you don't win because of that loss, we putting you in if you wasn't in.
and all that aside, because Michigan knew they was gonna be in. Their whole point was the Big Ten is doing this Sunday game, NCAA and CBS and whoever else, because y'all need programming on Sunday. Like y'all
Mm,
got all of Sunday
okay.
morning to fill up until the selection show come, and y'all need programming, and we giving y'all that programming. But
And y'all giving us nothing back.
on the flip side of that, can we at least get a Friday game instead of having to turn around and be like in the earliest possible window we could be in?
Well,
Um,
they gave him the whole day.
True, but
They
then they
could have
put
gave
them in,
him Thursday morning.
right, right,
You know what I'm saying? Which would have been the shortest possible break.
true,
We
true.
gave y'all that day. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but that ain't much consolation.
I
And
mean,
they put them in Denver, which is another thing that I'm thinking Michigan is like really like low key. Denver's closer to us than it is to them.
right?
Like,
Nah,
not
nah.
to,
It is. It's West Coast. That's
right.
That's the old Pac-12.
True.
But my thing is, why does anyone owe Michigan anything?
Because
You
I
know what I'm
just
saying?
said they giving you programming. It's Big Ten. They giving you programming on Sunday. CBS. This is what y'all want. Y'all want somebody to play on Sunday. We doing that for y'all.
But I think that's more a relationship with the conference
Right.
and not Michigan in specific. I'm like I'm sure CBS is like Michigan. We were hoping y'all wouldn't be here. We wanted like a UCLA. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So thanks for the programming, but we was hoping to be someone else here. You know what I mean? And that was what I was gonna say. Like I feel like nobody really wanted to win the Big Ten tournament. I feel like Michigan won that by default. Like UCLA's coach basically said he didn't want to come out here for a third time. I guess that's like UCLA's third trip to Indiana this year. And he been complaining about that every time they make that trip. He complained about it. You know what I'm saying? So before they tournament started, he was like, "I hope we can be back in LA by Saturday." So Michigan winning that tournament doesn't hold the same weight to me as if they had won like the SEC or something. You know what I'm saying? Where those teams they want that. You know what I mean? I feel like the Big Ten, this was their first year under this new configuration. Some of their better teams, you know what I'm saying? This was their first year in there. I don't know. I don't hold as much weight as Michigan won the Big Ten. They nice as I usually would.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I feel like, to me, that's not like a thing this year. I mean, it could be different, but for this year specifically, because of UCLA, you know what I'm saying? Like, and then Mick Cronin was saying how he get paid to win the NCAA tournament, not this tournament. He's like, if I win this tournament and then we go out in the first round next week, you think my fan base gonna be happy? So, you know what I'm saying? That kind of attitude to me, if you win that tournament, that shows already all the teams wasn't really going hard. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And again, in our tournament, squads is going hard. Because that's it. We are one big conference. You know what I'm saying? So we've been taking squads' best shot for a good week, this whole tournament. So again, in these one game scenarios, you don't get a lot of time to settle in. You know what I mean? Your season could be over by halftime if you don't come out right. You know what I mean? So
right now, I just feel like it's coming together. Like the like you said, the paths that you can see the victory are there, and I didn't see him at first. Like me, you, Khalil texting, and I'm like, dude, we got Michigan, we got screwed. Like, why I was going so far as to say we a champ too. Like, how come the champ of the Big West got to play the champ of the Big Ten? Like, we can't play some at-large team from the Big Ten. We can't play shit. I don't even know.
and
Nebraska.
again, they like this is who we thought was gonna be the at-large team from the Big Ten. We had already filled the bracket out. You know what I mean? Nobody thought they was gonna win it. Like
Right.
that's
And
why they get this. They treating them like an at-large team.
nah, and there were moments, especially in that championship game, where Irvine's legit. Like, Irvine is not a bad team.
You said they were the fifth team out, right?
Right, right. And they've been holding the conference down for a minute. They the bullies on the block. And so, um, you know, I think they went up by like 7 or 8 at some point. And it kind of looked like, all right, they felt like, they feel like they built for this moment more than San Diego is. And then to see San Diego respond the way they did was like, okay, like,
they got something.
We do jump out on squads. Like, that's our MO. Like, you're going to be down 15 at the half and see what you can do after that. But for Irvine to jump out the way they did and gut punch us, and then San Diego to get up off the deck and be like, okay, good punch. Now see if you can
take our punch. Right. Nah, that shows we got another gear.
And they did that the night before too, low key, where I think it was Santa Barbara came back. I think San Diego was up probably 10 to 15 at the half. And second half, Santa Barbara came all the way back, took the lead. And then San Diego just responded. And they end up beating squad. They beat Irvine by probably 15 to 20.
Like 14,
they did the same thing to Santa Barbara. Like,
right.
they get up off the deck
and come with a they don't get up off the deck just trying to finish the fight. Like, don't hit me no more. They're right. Like, don't hit me like that again. Nah, that's what I'm saying. Like they again, it's just style of play, grit, all that. You see that. You know what I'm saying? It's not like I'm just like, oh man, I hope they win because we went there. Like, and that's the again, we not the only ones picking us. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? Like in Vegas, like every angle, every way, every metric you use to see, about games is pointing at us, which sometimes it's not a good thing. You know what I'm saying? You don't always want to have everybody on your back, but in this case, I feel like people see it. You know what I'm saying? Folks see it, and I feel like the way we built is the way you need to be built to win in college now. Like we don't have a lot of like one and done or two and done niggas or people that transferred in. You know what I'm saying? Like that's why Calipari left Kentucky
Mm.
because he realized you can't win with that no more. You know what I'm saying? Bringing in five of the top freshmen, like you need cohesive squads that's been together. That you know what I'm saying? Older squads, because Mick Cronin talked about that. Like you got to recruit some old dudes now. Like you need some 20-something-year-olds. You know what I'm saying? And like that's what UCSD brings because these all these dudes know they staying there. I mean, every once in a while they'll lose a transfer, but for the most part, they coming back. You know what I'm saying? So this squad has built a cohesion of being together. Like, man, Thursday, man.
Nah, that's the thing. Like, the week, so they win Saturday night. Sunday, it started Saturday night in terms of us just celebrating, connecting, people posting, whether it was Michelle or Trinae, like just, I think Trinae put on her something like, I just found out we was D1 and going to the tournament.
No, is that right?
And
I
so
love
then
it.
that leads into Sunday, and Sundays when I think we all went digging in the crates.
Right.
Um, and
Nah.
I got some stuff that I had. So then Sunday was just full day in the crate, celebrating, anticipation, what the bracket gonna look like when the bracket came out. You know, being in awe of it, the fact that it's us versus Michigan.
And then when they announced it, they had a shot at the school
Right.
with the team jumping up and people in the background. I was like, what is going on
Yeah.
here? This
Right.
is not real.
Right.
Where is that?
And then, today I disengaged. Like I
Oh,
didn't have
really?
a chance to really
Mm.
like, it's people at work coming up to me like, yeah, you went to San Diego, blah, 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 talking to me about the school, everybody now there or whatever, or who's playing there. So having them conversations, but in terms of like following up on all the stuff that you posted or Khalil posted, or I saw Rick Bat read
Right.
he shared what you posted, like
Right.
that's just
Gib,
who?
Gib,
Oh, right.
Matt
Right.
Ani.
Matt came out the woodworks.
He shared, or he clicked like. He didn't share. He clicked like. Coach Healy.
Right.
You know what
Right.
I'm saying?
And so I haven't been able to keep up with none of that today. I was like, dude, let me just keep my head down today, get through this Monday, get to this podcast, chop it up. And then tomorrow's just gonna be, I'm just gonna be like, dude, whatever. Like it's tournament week. Like by the time we get to Thursday, Friday, it's a wrap. Like whatever we ain't got done by Thursday or Friday ain't getting done. As a matter of fact, if we don't have it done by Wednesday, it ain't getting done.
I was about to say Thursday, Friday. It's really Thursday because Thursday is the day that depends on everything else. If it's, you know what I mean? That depends. Are we going to have a Saturday?
Yeah, but dude, the NCAA tournament's my thing. Like I don't, it's great that UCSD's in it. Um, but shit, I was going to San Diego games when they was D2. Like I went to a D2 game last March. Um, one of their tournament games. So when it's tournament time, I'm watching hoop. I'm going to hoop. And so yeah, it's gonna be. I mean, if San Diego find a way to win, I can't even imagine. Like I can't imagine. And you already said it, but if it get to be Thursday night, 10 o'clock, and these fools have beat Michigan, I mean,
Man,
it's a wrap. Like,
hey, the night they announced the Rams was coming back, you went down to a site that had nothing. It was a site, just nothing there. You know what I'm saying?
all right,
So
it was a
you don't
park.
have to convince me that you'll do anything on a whim. And that's why I don't even. You're right. I can't even fathom what would happen that night. I mean, driving to San Diego, I don't know. Driving to Colorado, I don't know. You know what I'm saying?
Right,
Something.
right, right. Nah,
Somewhere where it would be percolating.
nah. Because part of me is like, dude, we should try to get a watch party together,
Nah,
whether
I
it's
thought about
whether it's virtual or in
in
person.
person.
But
I
the con-
definitely thought about that. I was gonna ask where y'all gonna be watching it.
nah, and that's a question the damn show started to ask. Because it is like you said at night. So
7 p.m. That's
right,
everybody off work. This the prime time game. You know what I'm
right,
saying? We could really make it an event if we wanted to. A UCSD, you know what I mean? Nah, 7 p.m. is right in my ballpark. I don't have to miss nothing. If it was a day game, it would have been different.
right.
You know what I'm saying? Dudes at work on a Thursday. Cause Lil was like, I hope it's on Friday. So he, dudes work for them day games, but Thursday night, people can take Friday off. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah, and
nah,
the
that's
more,
that sounds like something we need to put out there.
right now, the more you talk, the more I'm like, damn, we really do. Like this is first time ever. Like
Nah, they
we
could have
might,
gave us an 11 o'clock game. You know what I'm saying? A 1 o'clock game, which again, we wouldn't have been mad at that. It would have been on, you know what I mean? We would have figured it out. But 7 p.m. is actually more in our ballpark for a West Coast team. This what time their games normally start.
right,
You know what I'm saying? A
right,
Thursday at 7, that's what they do. Michigan, like, huh?
right. That's
Nigga,
so true. They
why?
do. They do play on Thursdays every week. They play on the
That's
Thursday.
at 7.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right. Nah, I'm sure San Diego is gonna have some kind of watch party. Like, they was in Remac for the selection show. So
Hmm.
I'm sure they probably gonna be in Remac watching the game on Thursday. Not that I'm trying to drive all the way down there.
Right.
Um,
I was about to say, you think it's gonna be any local thing? Because I know it's this bar in Culver City. I think Jameson's, and all the different schools be having they watch party there. Like every time it's whatever school, you be seeing all their people, like Duke. You know what I'm saying? I was like, damn, there's that many Duke kids out here. I don't remember if it was North Carolina, but I wonder if it's gonna be a place where like UCSD people's watching it, or we could do our own thing. Because I feel like I want to watch it with dudes that know what's going on.
right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, because I know if we throw it out to Lil's. This is in Lil's lane. You know what I'm saying? Lil's gonna like this idea. You know?
Right, right, right. Nah, it's enough of us out here to be able to get a cool gathering.
Right.
Um,
Because
it's just
Darvin.
right. Marlin,
Oh yeah, that's right.
I guess Janice is in Mississippi.
Oh yeah, her too though. Nah, yeah, oh yeah, nah. We need to put this out there ASAP,
Right,
like
right.
tomorrow.
Yeah. You thinking through social media or just
Well, first I'm
texting?
gonna text. Yeah, nah. First, I mean, I got Lil and Marlon's numbers. First, I'm gonna just start like a group text and see where what I'm saying, what they thinking.
Uh-huh.
You know what I mean? 'Cause
Yeah,
that's enough right there.
it really is.
You know what I'm saying? I don't feel like we need much more than that.
But then if we find the right location,
Oh yeah, nah. Right. And that's why I'm putting it out there because they may be like, oh, they're gonna be doing so and so at this spot. You know what I'm saying?
right now, man, my level of excitement just went even higher.
Yeah, nah, mine, I'm not gonna lie, mine has been pretty high from the moment it happened. Again, I was watching it on my phone at a show, like, and then I was so gleeked out. I was telling the owner about it. He ain't know nothing about no damn, you know what I'm saying? But I'm telling him, you watch college basketball, like UCSD just in the showroom, you know what I'm saying, with people on stage that whispering to him, UCSD disqualified. He like, what are you talking about? You're next, man. Shut the fuck up. You know what I'm saying? But nah, it was like, man, it's just, you know what I mean? And it hasn't come down. And that's why when you were saying how you disengaged today, I was like, nah, I haven't disengaged. You know what I'm saying? And I don't know if I'm a disengaged the whole time. Like, you know what I'm saying? Because we not playing. Like, I'm not playing. So I ain't gotta get locked in like that until I mean, not even really on game day, but on game day, I'm gonna be really trying to watch and see what's going on. But like I'm soaking all of this in, man, because like I was thinking this earlier, like these are the kind of experiences like you can't generate. Like people go on vacations to try to get like life memories and shit. Like I feel like vacations are like generated versions of this. You
Mm,
can't generate this. This only happens under natural circumstance. Like it's nothing we could have done to plan something like this. You know what I'm saying? To and see and like now it's leading to like us getting together to watch it. You know what I mean? Us all back in these text chains, like nothing else made us do that.
right.
You know what I'm saying? Like I love moments like this that happen to us where it's like, dude, we couldn't have planned this. Like we planned a lot of shit. You know what I'm saying? To have life memories, you know what I mean? But like this kind of shit, and then again, like when the Rams came back, like, dude, you went down there to the site,
Right.
you know what I'm saying? And got on TV. Like you can't plan that. You can't say like in 2 weeks we gonna, you know what I'm saying? Next year we gonna do that. Like you so that's how I've been feeling about this. It's like it's that level of like joy and excitement. It's like, dude, like nothing we could have done. We couldn't have planned this for this year. Like no way we could have been like in March we gonna have a UC like you know what I mean? You know, like it only can just naturally happen like this, and that's why the feeling is so high. Like it's like this natural high that you can't recreate no other way. Like, and again, if they win on Thursday, like it's you not you can't even let your mind go to how it's gonna feel.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because I couldn't even like when it happened. Again, I'm talking to people I don't even that I know don't know what I'm talking about. It's like I'm speaking a foreign language to these people, and I know I am, but I gotta tell somebody. You know what I'm saying? Like that's the kind of giddiness you be having. Like you can't recreate. You can't. That's not. You can't make that. You know what I mean? And that's what I love about these kind of moments. Is like, man, it's just an unbridled joy, and that's what I've been saying the whole time too. Is like, dude, this level of joy, you know what I mean? It don't come around every day, every week, every month. Like again, this is 30 something years in the making, you know? So
Right.
it's like
Right.
it's very pent up. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Nah. And I felt like we had this is a unique opportunity, but I also feel like we had opportunities. Like we could have been in Vegas. Like, and I'm sitting here like, dude, the way the Big West did it, like I didn't even know for sure. Like as championship week rolled on and it got to Wednesday, I was like, damn, UCSD play tonight. I saw the Big West teams playing. Oh, damn, they don't play. Thursday come, do they play tonight? Oh, damn, they don't.
Had a double bye.
to the semis. And so that's the tripped out thing because I've been to Vegas once for championship week, and that was actually for a wedding. And it just so happened championship week was going on. But this was in the 90s, literally. And so it wasn't even then what it is now. Um,
And the
but
Big West was in Vegas.
probably not.
Okay, because I'm about to say I was going to their tournament when my cousin was playing for Irvine.
Mm.
I went to their tournament. I want to say 2 years,
It
and
was
I want
probably
to.
in Anaheim. They used to do it
Right,
in Anaheim.
right. Yes,
Because I mean, even back then, the Pac-12 was either the Pac-12 was barely having a tournament, but it wasn't in Vegas. Like the Pac-12 started to go to Vegas, like basically when they built T-Mobile Arena, which was maybe 10 years ago. But I would always try to game plan going to a Pac-12 tournament to try to follow SC. And SC would never get no buys. They be like, dude, we got the first game of the tournament, and then we gotta try to survive that whole week to
to
get
let
to
you
a
get something for the
Friday,
weekend.
Saturday. And then it's
Right,
like, all right, now I'm gonna come. But you sitting there watching these games early in the week, like, man, these niggas ain't gonna make it to Thursday or for Friday or Saturday. But the Big West had it where it's like you
they
said, look,
started us on the weekend.
UCSD ain't playing right till Friday.
Right,
And they win that, then they play Saturday. And so it's like, all right, you got a Friday and Saturday in Vegas to try to plan. That's easy. Like you do that standing on your head.
right. We was doing that in college.
Right. And
We
so,
driving out there.
we knew it was coming.
Nah.
We talked. I know I texted you. We talked before the tournament, weeks before the tournament, like, all right, they're going to be in Vegas. These the
Oh
days.
yeah. Right,
Um,
right.
and then just whatever reason, just didn't ride that wave. But now here we are. And it's
Right.
like,
But
all
see,
right,
that's the thing. We could have went and rode that wave and they could have not made it.
true.
You know what I'm saying? So you're right. That it could be looked at as a missed opportunity, but I feel like now, whatever that happened, the fact that they're in it now creates this moment.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Where it's like, okay, Thursday is a tournament game. Like this past weekend, the Big West tournament, yeah, we could have been at that, but now the NCAA tournament game is Thursday. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
At 7 p.m., yo. Like, that's unbelievable.
Yeah. And
Against Michigan. You know how crazy that's going to look on TV? I was going to say on CBS, but I think it's going to be on TNT or True.
uh,
I
it
think I saw they had the thing, you know what I'm saying? Next to the game, they had the insignia of what network, and it wasn't CBS. But still,
right. It don't
it's where
even
everyone gonna be watching. And they're gonna be showing our logo on the score, and it's not gonna be an error. You know what I'm saying?
right. Nah. I think the closest first round site to LA is Seattle.
Hmm.
Because
Okay.
usually with each region, so it's 8 locations. Each region got 2 locations. And I think the West got Denver and Seattle.
Hmm.
And not that because we ain't even in the West. Like it's technically Texas A&M's pod. Like the highest seed gets the pod. Like so, it's basically like this is Texas A&M's tournament. So where can we put it that's most convenient for them? Even though it's not we not in the West region, where can we put this little 4-team Texas A&M tournament? All right, Colorado's the closest location for that. And so that's kind of how we ended up there. But even if we had ended up in Seattle, like I don't know, I feel like Denver's probably more doable than Seattle, although neither one of them are terrible.
Right. Now, I'm
Um,
about to say they similar. It's a similar jaunt.
right,
You know what I'm
right,
saying?
right. But I for damn sure am gonna be doing some contingency plans on how do we
If
get
the,
to Denver on Saturday.
right, I'm about to say if they win,
Right. Nah, I'm at the risk of low key jinxing.
right, right, yeah, right, right.
I'm
One
a
step at a time.
I'm gonna put a little bit of an eyeball on a Southwest site or I mean, actually, I'm gonna pull up a map and be like, nigga, how long is the drive
The drive,
to
right? Because
Denver?
people make that drive.
Do they?
Yeah, but I don't know what the weather is like this time of year.
Right.
Because that's the thing. The weather up there could be crazy. I don't mean driving in snow and shit.
Yeah, and you go exactly, and it's some mountains involved.
Right, right. Some Rocky Mountains.
Yeah, it's 1,000 miles, pimping. 14 hours,
Mm,
15 hours.
that's a half of a day. Great.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. We've done
Similar things.
right.
That
That's
doesn't make you be like, what?
that Super Bowl trip.
Right. That's exactly what I was thinking. I was like, that's like driving through Texas.
Right. Nah, that was crazy as hell.
Right.
Looking back.
Those are some crazy roads too. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, nah, okay. We putting the horse before the cart. Let's see. We gotta figure out what we're gonna do for Thursday.
True, true, true,
You know what I'm
true,
saying?
true.
And then we're gonna go from there.
Yeah, yeah,
But
yeah.
yeah. I mean that I think we put a pretty good bow on it. I think this is perfect place. You know what I'm saying? We can tie it up right here. We gonna get on what we gonna do for Thursday, and we gonna keep a narrow eye out to Saturday. There is a possibility that Saturday could be a thing, but for now, we just gonna focus on Thursday. You know what I'm saying?
Right. And 1994, like I ain't really been able to put out what I've been digging out of these crates, but
Mm,
I'm I got some stuff coming.
okay.
I got some
Well, I
stuff
feel
coming
like you
before
need to get
Thursday.
that out before Thursday.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Nah. I did a lot of work to try to get it out today, and that's part of
Mm,
why I disengaged. Was like, all right, let me get this stuff in a format where I can upload it and share it.
right.
Um, and
Because
so,
the sad and cold part about it is it could come to a crashing end on Thursday. That's the cold reality of the whole tournament in general. You know what I'm saying? So
right,
I feel like that's why I say I'm not disengaging because we got 2, 3 more days for sure.
right.
You know what I mean? That's the only for sure, because we have up until Thursday. Everything else after that is borrowed time. You know what I'm saying? So I want to get everything we can out.
Nah, I'm damn sure on it.
I feel like let's shoot our bullets. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Don't leave them in the gun. Don't leave them in the
Nah,
holster.
nah. And then if they give us to Saturday and then possibly next week, that's a whole nother, you know what I mean? But for sure, we know we got until Thursday.
Right.
So,
Nah, I'm on it. I'm on it. I'm shit. I'm trying to decide how I'm gonna make it to 3 a.m.
oh, for the Dodger game.
Yeah. I don't know. I know I'm watching the shit at 3 a.m. Like,
Oh,
man,
are you?
oh yeah. Now,
Mm,
whether or not I'm gonna be up from now till then, or if I'm gonna try to lay it down real quick and wake it back up.
right. Set an
Um,
alarm.
right, but nah, I ain't. I'm watching first pitch
Mm,
because I know
that's
they
crazy.
replaying it middle of the day or whatever.
Right, right. At noon.
Right.
with the whole pregame show and everything. They're gonna start it like it haven't happened yet.
Right. And I ain't mad at him.
Right. Now you're making me think. You know what I'm saying? Because I get up early, so by the time when I get up at my normal time, it's gonna be like the seventh inning.
Right.
But I wasn't thinking about being up for first pitch.
Yeah, I am. And then if I fall back asleep,
It is what it is, right?
right,
Then you can watch it at noon.
at least I saw first pitch.
Right. Now that's actually not a bad idea because this is a crazy opening day.
Right.
In
With,
Japan with Shohei, with Yamamoto pitching.
right.
They
And
got they dude going, the Cubs.
it's Shamanga or something like that.
Right. Who was cool. Like, yeah, nah, this is a historic opening day.
Nah, and this is, I mean, it should be a banner drop day and all that, but I know they ain't doing that. But the
Well, they're doing
first,
that back in LA.
for sure. For
Yeah,
sure.
yeah.
But
And
yeah.
then Mookie's sick.
Oh, is he?
Mookie got some virus.
Over there?
And that's what they trying to be like he was sick before he left. Because everyone was like, he got a virus in Japan? Or, you know what I'm saying?
He can't
What?
come back.
Not, and they
Leave him
sent him
there.
and they sent him back.
Oh, wow.
I mean, and that was the other part. They was like, first of all, how y'all letting him travel? They was like, we just got out of COVID. Remember when we used to have to social distance? Now y'all know he's sick, and y'all let him get on this long ass flight with the whole team.
Mm.
And now y'all trying to make it clear he caught it before he left. They try because they were saying it's not no normal flu. You know what I'm saying? He lost 15 pounds.
Damn.
And Mookie only weighed what?
160, 170.
I mean, you know what I mean? Let's just say he weighed 190, which
Right.
we know he don't. He would be down to 175. They were saying he was trying to feel that short. He didn't even have no legs to feel that shortstop. He was trying to take ground balls. Like the way they was making this sickness out, I was like, oh, here we go again, yo. But they sent him home. Like he not even gonna be out there for the trip. Like he lost 15 pounds, man. That's a lot.
Hell yeah, it is.
You know what I'm saying? Mookie's not a big dude.
Right. Right. I didn't know that. I would have
Yeah.
found out in 5 hours, though.
Right. Nah, when Rojas is starting that short, you'd have been like, wait a minute.
Right.
Well, yeah, I feel like this is a good breaking off point. We should probably we could wrap it up here, you know what I'm saying? But I guess we ain't really got nothing. We did all the plugging we need to plug. Everybody knows Thursday, you know what I'm saying? Thursday, 7 p.m., UCSD, Michigan. And we'll let y'all know if we come up with some sort of group viewing situation. But for sure, we're gonna figure out what we're gonna do to watch it. You know what I'm
Yes,
saying?
sir. That's the plan.
But thank you guys for tuning in again. Yeah. On that note, we out, man. I'm Kareem. That's my boy Rod. Thank you guys for tuning in.